Alright, we got Warble playing Mercia in the orange, something we haven't seen in a while. And speaking of things we haven't seen in a while, we've got Saykoya playing Emeric in the gold. So, these are the
Yeah.
two commanders I think these players are the most known for. Uh, Saykoya definitely did a lot with Emeric in Wargroove 1 that kind of pushed.
He hasn't been playing American Wargroove 2 at all, but
True,
you know.
but this is definitely like if you were to ask historically, like this is the commander Saykoya
Yeah.
was most known for, I think.
Yes, this is true. And Warble, of course, is the Mercia player.
Yeah, although not in
No,
tournament. I think
yeah,
they just like to
not
play Mercia as like a kind of as a fun pick, and she's a really good commander to kind of like learn the basics of the game with. But
I've heard this a lot of times. I actually super disagree, but anyway.
okay, well the way I'll put it is she rewards knowing how to do openings correctly and like researching openings, which I think is a very important skill for a new player to learn. So I think she's good in that sense.
Ooh, so that's a cool thing Saykoya is doing. Instead of capping that lumber mill, which is probably the standard open, he's instead preparing to sword it, but Warble sees it and he hits the sword. I can't sword crit and he gets to keep that lumber mill for even longer, probably. Huh.
Okay, we're seeing Swords on the Mountain being incredibly tanky, which Warble's okay with because Mercy is going to have Groove not that long from there. Oh,
That's
but Saykoya picks off the sword, realizes what's going on. And, oh god, that lumber mill being delayed that long is huge.
Yeah, you should have sword crit earlier, I guess. Like, you had an option to sword crit it immediately instead of capping the other village first.
None shall fall while I still
The
stand.
heal on Mercia and nothing else.
Yeah, I guess it's a nice 250 gold saved this early on.
I mean, on the encounter, it can be pretty hard to heal CO to a very high amount early.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because you're losing a lot of health on like the only village really that is like an option there.
So maybe Mercy has a thing specifically for this. This is almost, you've been saying that, oh, you get to do heal openings with Mercia and that's cool. And I'm like, well, it's never a thing on competitive map. This is like the one map where it's a thing. Then again, I wouldn't exactly call it a competitive map.
Brace yourself.
It's like, it's half and it's kinda competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely been in a tournament before.
So
I
it's
feel like
in a
it's been in...
qual. It was in the qualifiers for Groove of War. I don't know if it was 7 or 8, but it was in the quals for one of them. Hasn't been in the main tournament, if I remember correctly. Luckily, hate this one.
Yeah, this is actually the map which got me to quit Wargroove 1, so... This is the map where a commander walked too far forwards and I failed like 3 high roll, or I failed to get like 3 medium rolls in a row. Or even, I think it was like 2, I needed 2 low rolls and 1 medium roll and I got low rolls on all of them. And lost the tournament. Oh, this was in Take Your Turn.
Huh.
That's why I know this map. So it did actually get put in a tournament. It was just not in a Groove of War tournament.
Fair.
But
I didn't play that one, so that's why I don't remember it.
there. Okay, we're seeing Ballista, which, I guess makes sense. As Emeric, he wants those range units. Ooh.
Or
Actually,
it might just be Saykoya miming. That's
maybe, but
also-
it did open a kill just then, so...
Yeah, sometimes when your opponent builds Ballista, you forget. You just don't look at it. You're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gets some. But Warble is still doing better, right?
Yeah, Warble's doing pretty good right now. They pick up more kills down south. Mercia is just kind of solo pushing at the moment. Killing a unit every turn by herself. Okay, Ballista's gonna get another hit this turn. That does mean that the barracks can't build out of the left hand side, so sure you're taking damage, but you're also forcing slower builds out of your opponent.
Wow, Koya has like no money. What builds? Let's look at it.
Oh
Wow.
right, yeah, like not having that lumber mill for pretty much the entire game has been brutal. And Warble is probably just gonna win on economy alone, if nothing else. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
Warble's playing really well, but the difference in money is pretty incredible, actually.
Warble is harpist spamming, which isn't what I do as Mercia usually, because harpists tend to die in one. But then again, Saykoya doesn't exactly have the money to be building mages. It's crazy, mage isn't exactly the most expensive unit. Oh, so maybe that's why the ballista, because with a single unit you don't need to build as many mages. But the range is just way too short, you can only protect, that part of the map with it.
Yeah.
And that's why he is just surrendering the whole top side, but you're not gonna come back. Yes. I mean, maybe you can come back in like a live play where he just times the opponent out, and that's why how he comes back. But this isn't an option in async. Yeah, I can see myself losing to this. Just timing out. Warble is not gonna time out because he can't. Ooh, the village.
500 gold a turn, that's really brutal. Okay, the ballista has gotten reasonably good value though. It's opened up so many kills throughout the game.
I mean, he controls such a small area, and that you kind of need to play into the ballista to push into it. But Warble doesn't need to push into it. He can just secure everything else and just stay out of ballista range and print 3 golem.
Yep. Oh,
And
well.
then he can attack into the ballista. Huh.
Okay, I guess
Your knight is still getting hit.
maybe wants to build groove? That might be the play. Okay, just attacking with everything this turn apparently. That's the play.
I guess he's just using tier 2 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Healing aura.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. It's a pretty big attack.
Alright, let's see. Does Mercia die this turn? That's the important question, really.
To what?
There's a lot of units around, but like whether they're actually going to be enough, I don't think so. There's just too much stuff in front.
Yeah, there aren't any big units though.
Mage crits would be the main thing.
Mage crits mean you don't attack with Shio.
Yeah, that's true.
Although Koya picking up some units in the top side. The knight almost dead, heavily crippled, and the harpy died.
2 dogs built.
But not enough. And now he's gonna get clean.
There's a lot of units fighting this turn. Dog crit moment. And they're gonna be lethal on the stronghold? Maybe. Oh, is the low health dog gonna finish it?
Yeah, anything will finish it at this point.
Yeah, I think that 5 health dog is gonna do
I'm
the
a bit
trick.
confused by the colors, but that was a Warble dog.
Yeah. Finally, very even game as far as kills deaths concerned, but that does not tell the
mean-
story of what actually happens.
If you're superstitious, this is like 13 everything and also 10 13.
Oh yeah!
Like for Saykoya.
I didn't notice that. That's really funny.
But yeah. But no superstitions in our game. It wasn't like that did him in. This time it was mostly him trolling a lot.
Someone in chat makes the point almost 1300 gold as well.
True.
But yeah, I think the main thing I think we saw here was like Saykoya just didn't respect the lumber mill capture early on.
Yeah, he was trying a different opening with a short crit idea, but Warble saw it and countered it. I mean,
Yeah.
good for Warble, I guess. And then
Warble just snowballs. And
yeah,
Warble is a good
Saykoya-
enough player to know how to snowball.
I think there were other mistakes made, but I didn't like.
Yeah,
Catch
but I
all the
think
specific-
that's the like if you make a mistake in the opening though, that affects like everything beyond that point.
Yeah, that one was big. That was big. It cost him a lot. And then, did we see any Emeric grooves at all?
No, actually.
It's
So-
very hard to use Emeric groove now because tier 1 sucks and tier 2 costs a lot more, so it's like harder to justify. You need just the right fight, and the right fight kind of wasn't there.
Yeah, and actually, like because of that, losing that lumber mill in the opening, like there's just no money to buy the units that work with tier 2. It's like we had like a ballista, which, albeit the ballista did put in work, it was opening up a lot of kills, but
It
was
was also
opening-
on the other side, so Emeric needed to go all the way there.
yeah, and like the things it was
And-
opening up kills on were like swords and dogs, so it's just like
Yeah. And by the time Emeric reached the ballista, the game was already over.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, the ballista is not so scary, even if it has a billion range. I mean, it's cool. It's not Treb. It'll never be Treb.
well played there by Warble. They take it, and we're gonna call it there for today.